To my left on the camera, we are set for some volleyball as the Premont Cowgirls play host to the Kingsville King Lady Brahmas. The road team today wearing the black and gold uniforms. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side, the home team, the Cowgirls, wearing their red uniforms with black on each sleeve, and Kingsville King just getting their season underway. They are coming into the very young season 0-1. Their first game of the year took place on Tuesday, so this team is excited to get their volleyball season underway. Meanwhile, Premont is coming off a loss against Santa Gertrudis Academy, and we are underway for some volleyball here at Premont, and the first points of the afternoon are going to go to the home team. The Cowgirls, let's meet their starting lineup as Andrea Cantu, the sophomore, she'll be setting this one over the net. Stephanie Garza, number 20, Sabrina Garcia, gets that one over the net. Another point for Premont. Tiffany Moreno, Hannah Lozano, the starters here for Premont. Mireya Villarreal for Cowgirls, rounding out the starting lineup for the home team. Brahmas trying to get this one over the net. They do. Back comes the Cowgirls here on the near side. Finds that weak spot. Was Jenna Menchaca. Three 0 Premont with the early lead. Cowgirls are 2-4 on the year. That one served up from Cantu. She's a sophomore. That ball met at the net. Brahmas trying to find their first points of the afternoon. Right in the middle, and a nice block at the net. That ball pushed over to the back row, and it's going to be counted for Kingsville King. Adelia Lopez wearing the number 1. She was listed. She's listed as a starter. She is in the game and was also listed as the team captain. Her and along with Andrea Cantu both met at mid-court to get this one underway. King now with a pair of points here. They trail by 1, 3-2. Zoe Villarreal with the serve. And just like that, it's 3 straight points for the Lady Brahmas here on the road. You have to wonder just how much rust this team will have. They did get a good warm-up in before the game. This is just their second game of the season, and a nice save. That ball unable to get over the net. Andrea Cantu tried to dig that one out, and it's a quick 4-0 run from Kingsville King. Back to serve it is Villarreal, gets this one over. And just some miscommunication there. Now to serve it for Premont, Stephanie Garza. Gets that one over, and we'll see where they mark it, it's out of bounds. So King will get the point, retake a 5-4 lead. Over to serve for the Lady Brahmas, Araceli Alfaro gets that one over the net. Back comes Premont on the attack, finding the soft spot in the defense, and a good play made by Sabrina Garcia. We're all knotted up at 5. You saw this Premont team get off to a strong start against Santa Gertrudis on Tuesday. It was really a back and forth battle in that first set against the Lady Lions. Premont really went toe-to-toe with SGA, losing that first set 26-24. As Cantu tries to get that one over and count it. Premont with the 6-5 lead now. That one over to the back row, trying to dig that one out. Brahma's back on the attack. Gets that one over. Cantu setting up the offense. Back come the Lady Brahmas, and a good back and forth battle here early in the first set. Cantu looking for the kill, and a nice dig, just doesn't get over the net in time. Andrea Cantu with a nice kill. Trying to catch the number on the libero for the Lady Brahmas. Digs that one out. That ball is just out, and Premont now takes an 8-5 lead. That's number 12, the libero for Kingsville King, Mia Gonzalez. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout up here. You're watching Rio Sports Live.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years.
Welcome back to Premont. Kevin Naro on the call, and we got a doubleheader for you if you are a Premont fan later tonight at 7:30. Jake and I will head across campus as the Premont Cowboys host Marine Military Academy, the Leathernecks, and it's a significant date marked on the calendar for if you are a high school football fan, particularly in the Rio Grande Valley. Officially, football is back with MMA kicking off the 2020 football season in the Rio Grande Valley. After the timeout, 9-5 on that point there. They'll be serving from right to left, and it's going to be a pretty interesting matchup. Marine Military Academy under new coach Jim Morton, who has some Harlingen Cardinal ties and definitely has some MMA ties as well, as Gonzalez digs that one out for the Lady Brahmas, getting this one back over the net. Was Figuarelli Everett wearing the number 11, and Gonzalez tries to dig that one out. Ashley Benavides gets this one over. Is it in? It is. Count it for Kingsville King. And we'll talk more later tonight about Marine Military Academy and the ties that Coach Jim Morton has to the program. And he's in his first year there, taking over Rick Medill, who was there for a couple of years, and a team that we were able to catch up with just yesterday. And the pretty cool thing is that King cuts it to a 2-point lead now after that timeout. The pretty cool thing is that now Coach Bobby Lucio, who spent a long time, many years at Harlingen High, over 20 years there, he is now coaching at Marine Military Academy. He had retired earlier this year. It was a retire-rehire type deal, and he's going to be running the offense. So we were excited to see Coach Lucio back on the football field. This time he wasn't particularly wearing Cardinal red, but he was wearing green of Marine Military Academy, and we'll get into that later tonight. But that should be shaping up to be a pretty good football game. The Premont Cowboys, of course, last week we saw them play against Three Rivers. They lost that game 7-0. It's Premont. The Cowgirls extend their lead 11-7. Andrew Christian and Lucas Rogers, that two-headed running backs that the Cowboys have out of that power I formation. So from what I understand, Marine Military Academy will be also running that power I. So I was telling myself that this game might be quick. And a good dig there by Gonzalez, and Kingsville King gets this one over. Just unable to save it, but nonetheless, Mia Gonzalez, wearing the number 12, the libero, made a diving dig and an impressive play by Gonzalez. She is listed as a senior here on the roster. Good play there from Gonzalez, and that one just trying to get it over, and oh, that's just a bad break. The ball caromed off of the ceiling here at Premont. Otherwise, the Brahmas were going to get that volleyball over the net. Tiffany Moreno serves this one up. Gonzalez off the backboard, and that ball just rattled off the backboard, and another tough break for the Brahmas. And that's one thing that you come to a visiting team's gym, you're not really sure on where this ball can bounce off of. And on that previous play, it caromed off the rafters here, and then on this play it wiggled off of the top of the backboard. And it's kind of like when you're playing outfield at a visitor's ballpark, you're not exactly sure about the dimensions. You gotta kind of learn how to play the wall, and that's what Kingsville King is doing here. They're trying to adapt on the fly in this gym. King serves that one up. Jacelyn Villarreal with the serve for the Lady Brahmas. Villarreal with a dig, setting up the offense. Doesn't get that one to go. It's 15-8 Premont. Plenty of high school volleyball and football here today on Rio Sports Live, and arguably, or looks like it's going to be the most busiest Friday we've had for certain. I know myself and a couple of other crews are pulling off the old twin bills, catching some volleyball, then skipping across campus over to the football game. And that Premont MMA game will be back live at 7:30 as Gonzalez with another nice dig for the Lady Brahmas, but Premont continuing to get the bounce. They lead 16-8. That's their biggest lead of the afternoon. Gonna check my scoreboard. The officials have it at 15-8. So correction on my part. Well, now we'll put up the 16. There we go, 16-8. So for the Valley fans that may be tuning in, you may want to check in later at 7:30 when the Leathernecks, they officially open up the 2020 football season in the Rio Grande Valley, and kind of just flew under the radar for a little bit. Most folks were unaware that MMA was even on the practice field. 17-8 now, Premont. This team, again, they from what I've seen, they get off to strong starts, but can they put their opponent away? We'll find that out here in the next couple minutes. Gonzalez gets that one up. King back on the offensive attack. And they get the kill. Much needed point there for the visiting squad. Ashley Benavides, one of the starters wearing the number 5, will serve this one up with the right hand. That one doesn't make it over the net. It's now an 18-9 King lead. Now we have some of the Premont Cowboys, some of the football players coming down here to check out the volleyball action, and why not? It's almost 5, about 5 till, about 2.5 hours till game time when they will suit up. It's an 8-point lead now. Mackenzie Figarelli Everett back to serve this one up. Wearing the number 11, she is a junior. That one out of the backside, and it'll be credited to, well, the official said the point was going to King, but they're awarding it to Premont. Just gonna double check on that scoreboard. They're gonna give it to Premont, so it's a 19-10 lead. Unable to dig that one out in the back row was Figarelli Everett. 20-10 now is the score. You have to imagine this is a team that, keep in mind, just got underway on Tuesday. Meanwhile, Premont has plenty of games under their belt. An aggressive kill there from Andrea Cantu, the sophomore. This Premont team came out firing with a little extra juice, as the sophomore Cantu with a jump serve, and it's a good one. That one goes off the forearms of Figarelli Everett, and Premont's running away with this one. They lead 22-10, and Kingsville King just trying to shake off the rust, trying to find their footing here. Another jump serve and a good dig, but this one sails out of bounds, and it's 3 straight points. And here in the latter stages of this opening set, Andrea Cantu is showing off the moves. Back comes King. Cantu gets that one over. 23-10. Premont trying to put the road team away, and a nice move there from Garza and Cantu. Good communication here, and here comes Premont on the offensive tack. Cantu got that one over, and some miscommunication led to the 24th point. That was some pretty good communication between Stephanie Garza and Andrea Cantu, really just directing traffic. And the jump serve from Cantu. King just able to get that one over. Garza setting it up mid-court with the spike and the kill, and that's the ball game. Set 1 goes to the home team. Premont 25-10 over Kingsville King. Second set coming up here on Rio Sports Live.
To Corpus Christi from Harlingen, Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
The kids are headed back to school, and this year, more than ever, they'll need internet they can rely on from VTX1 companies. Internet that makes the grade is vital to connect students at home with teachers and professors alike. Our friendly staff is standing by to give you any help you may need. For a limited time only, get free installation from a company headquartered in the Rio Grande Valley. Call VTX1 at 1-800-446-2031. VTX1 Companies, connecting you since '52.
South Padre Island Golf Club. Come for a visit. Stay for a lifetime.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in.
Welcome back to Rio Sports Live. Ready for the second set as the Cowgirls dominated that opening set 25-10. As that girl right there, the sophomore, Andrea Cantu, really showed off her skills late in that first set and really just put this one away. It seemed as if she just took control of the game, and definitely off to a strong start as Premont looking to defend their home court. And again, this is game one of our doubleheader. We're giving you some football and some volleyball on a Friday afternoon, and just came right up the road, 281 to Premont, Texas, about an hour, 10-minute drive from my house in Edinburgh, and got a glimpse of the football field. And Coach Cantu came by earlier today and said that the press box is ready to roll, and there wasn't any rain coming up on the way. We left Edinburgh at about around 2 o'clock more or less, and I knew that there was going to be some rain in the area, but so far so good. Hopefully it can stay that way, as tonight we're when we call the game, we're going to be on the outside press box right in front. So we're hoping that there's no rain. If not, we'll have to wiggle our way inside of that press box as Cantu gets the second set underway and does so. And back comes the Lady Brahmas. Gonzalez gets that one over to Cantu, over to Garza. Gonzalez gets that one over to Figuarelli Everett. And first points of the second set, Stephanie Garza puts the Cowgirls on the board. It's 1-0. Premont in Class 2A, Kingsville King coming in a 4A class. That ball well out of bounds, and it's 2-0 Premont. And again, you're continuing to see the social distancing, and something that we'll see most likely through the rest of the regular season and into the playoffs. With the, it's a lot easier. Schools, they have smaller rosters. They're able to emphasize the social distancing guidelines, as you see both benches are socially distanced. Over on that far side, what you were looking at was the Kingsville King side, as the Lady Brahmas are set to tee this one up. Figuarelli Everett gets that one over to Cantu. Menchaca gets that one over, and a good meet at the net. Good play there from Premont. Over to the back row. Cantu now passes that one up. Here comes the Lady Brahmas. That was Adelia Lopez, number 1. And Gonzalez, looked like there was a little bit of a miscommunication right there. Ashley Benavides turned around and tried to dig that one out, and looked as if Gonzalez had her eyes on it. Gonzalez was in position to serve that one up. But again, you have to consider just the amount of time that this team has had together on the court in live action. This is just their second game of the year, and finding a soft spot in the defense was Sabrina Garcia. It's 4-1 Premont. Substitutions now coming in for the Lady Brahmas. Trying to catch the numbers. That one again bouncing off the rafters, and Kings adjusted well on that play. They were able to get the ball over, and Cantu tried to meet that one at the net. And a good play from Kingsville King. That was Zoe Villarreal showing off the hops right at the net. Now Villarreal will serve this one up. Gonzalez will catch a breather. Checking into the front row now is Daisy Vargas. Cantu setting up her offense on the far side. Try to go for the kill. That's going to be a point to Kingsville King. All of a sudden, it's a 4-3 ball game. King with the lead. And Zoe Villarreal, the junior, who started this game, is back in. A 4-4 ball game now, and after the timeout, King has come out firing, and looks like they're starting to warm up here in the early stages of the second set. Cantu hustles over and gets that one over. Good hustle play. Vargas gets that one over. Cantu with the dig. Garza doesn't get that one over the net. And King now has their first lead of the afternoon here in the second set. Coach is going to want to talk it over. Timeout on the court. We'll take a timeout up here. You're watching Rio Sports Live.
Custom Sports in San Benito.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
New music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming.
Welcome back to Rio Sports Live. Premont called a timeout. Coach Vilma Marin wanted to talk things over, and again, Premont got off to a pretty good start. Then King was able to find the momentum here in the last couple minutes. They lead by 1, their first lead here in the second set, and just like that, this game is tied, and Gonzalez, the libero, will check back into the ball game. Zoe Villarreal will take a seat. Villarreal serves it up. All tied up at 5. Premont regains the lead 6-5. So a pretty healthy crowd here. Everyone socially distanced here in the stands. There are 2 sets of stands. We are sitting in the Kingsville King side. Those fans able to come out and make the trip, while the Premont fans are here in a separate set of bleachers here to our right, all socially distanced as well. So a pretty good, healthy crowd for a Friday afternoon volleyball match. And again, this is game 1 of our doubleheader here on Real Sports Live, and one of many football games that we have on the slate. My phone doesn't have exactly a lot of signal here in the gym, but I'm going to try and pull up our schedule that we can run down for you in case you're wondering what games are on the schedule. And Cantu, that ball just found its way out of bounds. Other than that, it was a pretty good offensive attack there from Cantu. All right, well, let's start with the volleyball schedule here. Gonzalez digs that one out. Cantu just gets that one over the net. And some miscommunication there. Premont takes a 9-6 lead. So on the volleyball slate, we have Corpus Christi Moody at Corpus Christi Caro, Refugio at Bloomington, Taft at Odom, Karn City at Odom, Kingsville King at Premont, the game we are covering here, Skidmore Tyan at Santa Gertrudis, Three Rivers at Freer, Grace Temple Christian at Annapolis Christian, that game up in the Coastal Bend. Falfurrias at Corpus Christi Miller. That's what we have on the volleyball slate. Tiffany Moreno serves this one up after the timeout. Premont's has come out swinging. They lead 10-6. That one just well out of the back row, and it's an 11-6 lead for the Cowgirls. And again, back to serve this one up is Moreno. She started the game, gets this one over with the right hand. Gonzalez, the back row, gets that one over. Cantu tips that one back over, and here comes Premont. Cantu setting it up, and that'll be a point for Kingsville King. It's 11-7. On the football slate, Corpus Christi Miller taking on Rockport Fulton. That's going to be a good one. Corpus Christi London at West Oso. Refugio at Bloomington. Aranjas Pass at Falfurrias. Taft at Kennedy. Three Rivers at Freer. Skidmore Tyan at Santa Gertrudis. Marine Military Academy at Premont. Karn City at Odom. That is our football slate here in just a couple of hours. I know the crews are out there at the stadium setting everything up. Gonzalez gets the dig. Hits that one over, and Cantu setting it up. And at the last minute, Ariela Mata was able to sneak that ball over the net. Three Rivers at Freer, that should be a good one. Joe Bowling will have that call. Spud and Jake Romero will have the call for Corpus Christi Miller and Rockport Fulton. Billy Sweeney will have the call for Refugio. Mark Molina, he's sticking around the Kingsville area. He's at SGA right now. It's King finding their way back into the scoring column, and another substitution made. Gonzalez, the libero, will take a seat. Zoe Villarreal, the junior, will come into the ball game. Vargas serves this one up, and a good dig from Premont. Vargas gets that one back over, right at midcourt with a bump over the net, and you know, volleyball is a game of runs, and right now the Lady Brahmas have found the momentum back in their favor. They still trail 12-9. Now Premont's gonna need a quick score here. Almost finding that soft spot was Garza, and that ball is out, and Premont gets back on the board. So Mark has the volleyball game right now. Let's see, Skidmore tie-in at Santa Gertrudis, and then same matchup, Skidmore tie-in at SGA at Javelina Stadium. So Mark's pulling double duty just like myself. Joe's doing the same thing as well. As far as the double headers go, and you have 2 games on the same campus, and why not? Just have to hope that the volleyball game starts early enough in the afternoon to where you can cover the volleyball game, pack up, head across campus, and prepare for the football game. And for Jake and I, that'll be an easy task, as the football field is right behind us here at the gym on campus at Premont High School. And for Mark, SGA and Javelina Stadium are maybe not even 10 minutes away. So it all works out, providing you, the fans, with a twin bill on a Friday afternoon. Premont leads 15-10. We have 9 games listed on the slate for football, and 9 games listed for volleyball. Escantu watches that one sail out of bounds. It's 15-11. Approach the 5:15 mark on my watch. 15-11 is the score here in the second set from Premont, Texas. The Cowgirls hosting the Lady Brahmas. That one just getting over the net. Kiana Martinez, and now Cantu will set up her offense, and a nice move there from Gina Menchaca. Brahmas are battling back, and they just look like a team that's starting to get their legs under them and get into that volleyball form. 16-11. Now the score. Garza with the serve. That one just sails off of Martinez, and it's a 17-11 Premont lead. Garza with a strong serve, and that's easy pickings for the Cowgirls. This gets this one over. Cantu and Garcia had to quickly decide who was going to get that one, and Cantu gave way to Garcia, and that one met at the net, and that's a point to Kingsville King. It's 18-12. Be sure to follow us on the social media sites at Real Sports Live on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And I mentioned before in previous broadcasts throughout the week that a lot of folks have had the best luck home. Ariela Mata checks into the ball game. She will take place up here on the front row. And a diving dig by Gonzalez. Cantu setting it back up. Mata, or excuse me, that was Stephanie Garza who just got that one to go over the net. Now on the near side, a little difficult to tell who's there standing on the near side on the front row with the official in the way. That's number 10. Yeah, that was Mata. So it's a 20-2. You're watching Real Sports Live.
Album from the past. First pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed.
Welcome back to Rio Sports Live. After Kingsville King took a timeout, they're looking to rally here in the second set. They trail 20-12. Talk about a luck of the roll there. Villarreal served that one up, and the ball just trickled over the net. And that's a point for the Cowgirls. Villarreal again with the serve. This time a much better serve over to the back row. Martinez gets that one over, and a good bump over the net by Lopez, and good dig from Gonzalez, and that ball again bouncing off the Raptors, and Martinez unable to get that one over the net. But I tell you what, maybe because the gym is a lot smaller, but I've never seen the Raptors play such a factor with where these volleyballs are going. And early in that first set, took a little while, and a good dig by Cantu, but that ball will be out of bounds. That would be a point for Kingsville King, and these Raptors have certainly played a factor, and Kingsville King had some trouble adjusting to them. They had back-to-back plays in that first set where the ball caromed off the Raptors, and then on the very next play, the ball was bouncing around like a pinball up there on that backboard. Cantu setting it up. Gonzalez with the bump, setting up the offense, and that one just doesn't make it over the net. Daisy Vargas try to get that one over. Substitutions in for Premont. Tiffany Moreno with the serve. 23-14 now the score. That one didn't make it over. Audelia Lopez, who was met at mid-court, was with the team captain prior to game time, and a diving dig there. Lopez back up, back over to Lopez. Gets this one into the back row. Cantu with a swing, gets it into the hands of Sabrina Garcia. Now Premont is flirting with a 2-0 lead here in the second set. They took the first set 25-10. These scores just similar. There's the serve. Premont trying to put the road team away here in the second set. Garza gets that one over to Martinez. Martinez over to her teammates, swinging it. And a good move there from Cantu over to the back row. Gonzalez. Cantu setting it up, looking for the kill and the win, and they get it. 25-14, the final here in the third set. Premont leads 2-0. They're looking for the sweep on the other side of the break. You're watching Rio Sports Live.
HCISD.
Hi fans, today's game is brought to you by New York Life. Best of luck to your team.
And I'm Danielle Goslin, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For over 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation of developing the most successful professionals in the industry.
We help to manage the process from day one and guide you on your way to success. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business,
then we would like to show you how we can help.
When in Port Mansfield, be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats, Laguna Madre Baits. 828 Westport Drive, Fort Mansfield, Texas. Forever Memories Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for a fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito. TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years, from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
The kids are headed back to school, and this year, more than ever, they'll need internet they can rely on from VTX1 companies.
Welcome back to Real Sports Live. As I mentioned earlier, you're seeing the benches all socially distanced, and that's one thing that you're seeing here in 2020 as some substitutions are getting ready to check into the ball game. Now you're looking at the Premont side, and players are all 6 feet apart, and it's definitely something different that we've seen this year in the new look 2020 and the way sports are being played. And I know I've had some coaches call me from the Valley and ask, well, what's it like out there? And I said, well, a lot of these teams that we've been seeing in the Corpus area have been doing a good job on implementing the sport up here in the stands. And if you're not a part of that household, they ask you to sit 6 feet apart, and a lot of these schools have done different deals here in Premont as the third set is underway. Here in Premont, they have blue tape marked up, and then obviously where the tape is at, you cannot sit. Where there is no tape is where you and your people in your household can sit, as King grabs the early 1-0 lead. And you're seeing that at the football games as well, and everyone here in the stands are wearing masks. The officials are also wearing masks, and King jumps out to an early 2-0 here in the third set. Figarelli Everett serving this one up. You know, at the football games as well, you know, you hear it constantly over the PA announcements to remind the fans to stay socially distant, wear their mask. You're seeing coaches as well all wearing masks at the football games. Both coaches here on the court for both King and Premont are wearing masks. And a big kill from Villarreal. That might wake up the Cowgirls early here in the third set. That was a Pretty nifty kill there. Let's check out that replay. Escantu, she's had herself a ball game. She's gonna get set to serve this one up, and there it is. An aggressive kill there from Villarreal, and maybe that little spark that Premont needs. Just like that, they get 2 straight points. We're all tied up at 2 early on here in the third set. We are going to see Marina this evening, and that officially kicks off the 2020 football season in the Rio Grande Valley, and it's going to be a big one. Cantu with the serve and the point. She's had herself an afternoon here for the Cowgirls. We saw, the big news coming this week was Rio Hondo becoming the latest school in the state of Texas and in the valley to cancel their fall sports. The Bobcats on Wednesday announced that there will be no fall sports, and that decision sending waves into the Coastal Bend, and a really good play there made by Andrea Cantu. Let's check out that replay as she's going to serve this one up again. You're going to see it right there with an aggressive kill, and I tell you what, once she starts warming up, don't want to be on the other end. Premont now on a 6-0 run. They lead 6-2. They trailed 2-0 early on, and Villarreal had that spike that you can hear it from up here. That one looked as if that was the momentum that Premont needed. A little smelling salt for the Cowgirls, and another kill from Cantu. I tell you what, she is taking over this volleyball game out of that back row with that jump serve. Definitely in her groove, and here it is. King able to get this one back up. Cantu setting it up on the far side. And Gonzalez is going to try and dig that one out, unable to make it over in the back row. Good little 1-2 punch here this afternoon from Stephanie Garza and Andrea Cantu, the sophomore. Timeout on the court. We'll take a timeout up here. You're watching Rio Sports Live.
Is vital to connect students at home with teachers and professors alike. Our friendly staff is standing by to give you any help you may need. For a limited time, headquartered in the Rio Grande Valley, call VTX1 at 1-800-446-2031. VTX1 Companies, connecting you since '52.
Welcome back to Rio Sports Live, coming to you from Premont, Texas, right off of 281. Just about a half hour or less away from Falafurias and about an hour's drive from my hometown in Edinburgh. Here comes Cantu, another jump serve. Able to get that one over. Cantu with a diving attempt, unable to get that one. Her and Sabrina Garcia did everything they could to keep that ball from touching the floor. Zoe Villarreal will now serve this one up. Substitutions in for Kingsville King. Checking into the game, Daisy Vargas up in the front row. Vargas quickly to work. Gets this one up, and just miscommunication there. Jada Davila was unsure what to do with that volleyball. Now back on the right-hand side, right to left, Stephanie Garza, number 20. She'll serve this one up from right under the net, the basketball net that is, and gets that one over, and Cantu sets it up right in the front. That's easy pickings for Sabrina Garcia. It's 10-3 Premont. They've outscored them 10-1 after King led early in the third set, 2-0. We are going to see Mission Veterans and Edinburgh Vela. That got confirmed earlier this week, the weekend of October 23rd. And we talk about blockbuster matchups in the Rio Grande Valley. That one right out of the gate. It's a monster matchup. AJ Sotello, the senior quarterback for Edinburgh Vela, will be across the field from arguably, if not the best wide receiver in the Rio Grande Valley, senior AJ Gonzake. And Mission Veterans Coach David Gilpin and the Patriots have been chomping at the bit to get on that football field, and they will soon. I believe on the 28th was the calendar date that Gilpin has circled with a highlighter, I tell you. And another kill from Premont, and they're running away with this one 14-3. They're coming, they're ready. They're ready for some football, and speaking with the Harlingen district, they're ready to play, both Harlingen and Harlingen South. In Class 6A, their universal date is October 5th. So very soon there will be sports back in the Rio Grande Valley, and King gets back on the board. They trail 14-4. And Jada Davila getting ready to serve this one up. That one goes out of bounds, and it's a 15-4 King lead. First set, 25-10 Premont, then 25-14. Premont was able to pull away in both of those matches, and now looking to shut the door here on their home court and rebounding from what was a tough loss Tuesday afternoon just up the road at Santa Gertrudis Academy. And a diving dig! How about that play? Mackenzie Figarelli Everett. That's a highlight-worthy save right there. Now Premont, back and forth they go. Right at mid-court, getting that one over was Everett. And with the right hand and a diving dig by Gonzalez, it's off the far side of the antenna. Gonzalez did everything she could to dig that one out. Checking out that diving dig there. Almost made it over the net, but game of inches. It's 16-5 now. That one didn't make it over. Now King will set up their offense. And again, be sure to follow us on social media at Rio Sports Live on Instagram, Twitter. Give us a like on Facebook, Rio Sports Live. Our numbers continuing to grow as we are full steam ahead in the sports season. Not only in the coastal bend, but from Corpus and in between here in Premont, Falfurrias. Santa Gertrudis Academy also jumping in on the action. And then I had mentioned very soon we will have football back in the Valley, although it is officially underway at 7:30 this evening when Marine Military Academy takes the field. But as far as a football game taking place in the Valley, that will happen very soon. So we were able to make some stops earlier this week. Zoe Villarreal checks into the game. Back to serve this one up is Daisy Vargas, and Cantu rescues that one in an aggressive attack there. And that one was just an easy play there for Premont as Vargas comes out of the game. On Monday, I stopped at Lyford High School. That was my first stop for football practice in the Valley. Coach Israel Gonzalez and the Bulldogs getting set for some football. They have a scrimmage on the 25th, and there goes the volleyball again, rattling off the rim this time. Right, that basketball rim is right above the King bench. That's been a problem all afternoon long with this, with Kingsville King trying to adjust to the settings. Now the officials are having to talk here on the near side. Wonder what the discussion could be. Right now the point goes to Premont. That ball rattled off the rim here on the far side, and I had mentioned right below that basketball net is the King bench. going to take a point off of Premont. And now Cantu is going to want an explanation from the official. Coach Marin is getting an explanation from the official over on the far side, and she's pointing up to that basketball net, or the basketball rim. So the point gets taken off from Premont. It's an 18-6 Cowgirl lead. Cantu gets that one over right at mid-court, and a point. Zoe Villarreal puts the Lady Brahmas on the board. Cantu in the front row gets that one up to Garza, but that one's well out of bounds, and it'll be point to Kingsville King. They now trail by 8. 2 straight points here for the road team. Alexis Hernandez serving this one up. That one's out and over the back row. 19-8 is the score. Substitutions coming in for Premont. Jessica Bocanegra coming into the ball game. She will be serving this one up. Zoe Villarreal with the strong move. Cantu serves this one up. Good meeting at the net. Mackenzie Figarelli Everett, one of the names in there on that play. Figarelli Everett will now serve this one up, and as soon as these substitutions come in, as soon as Zoe Villarreal took a seat, her assistant coach was there ready with the Germex right in hands. 19-9 the lead. Premont looking to break out the brooms and shut the door here. I'm sure they're pretty fired up to check out their football team later this afternoon. I imagine the team will stick around and skip on over and get ready for the football game. Kickoff at 7:30. Confirmed that earlier today as I got on campus. 20-10 Premont with the lead and the momentum. Cantu, who's had an outstanding day on the court, gets ready to serve this one up. So again, Marine Military Academy will be coming to town. They'll be taking on the Premont Cowboys. Kickoff at 7:30. Jake and I will pack up quickly here and head on over. We're approaching the 5:40 mark, and MMA, you have to imagine they're already on the road. They're out of Harlingen, for those that are tuning in and are not aware of where MMA is located. They are in the city of Harlingen, just right down the street from Harlingen High. Cantu with a strong serve. King getting that one back over. Cantu looking for the kill, gets that one to Gonzalez over in the back row. Lopez gets that one back over to the side, and a good meeting at the net. That ball saved! Premont was able to save that with a fantastic dig. Everyone in the gym, including myself, was getting ready to credit King with the points. Now Lopez gets that one over. Villarreal over to Garza. Villarreal back up. Cantu sets this one up for the offense. Cantu gets that one over, and a dig by Gonzalez, and back comes Kingsville King in an ultra competitive set here. Gonzalez digs that one up, setting it up on the near side for Lopez, and gets the kill. One of the more competitive sequences we've seen this afternoon, and Premont did an exceptional job on not letting that ball hit the floor. Tell you what, they want to end this one, and 21-11's the score. Timeout on the court. We'll take a timeout up here. You're watching Real Sports Live.
South Padre Island Golf Club. Come for a visit. Stay for a lifetime.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
Welcome back to Rio Sports Live. After the timeout, Premont on the brink of a sweep here if they can hold on any late rally. They are 2-4 on the year, looking for a win number 3. That would bring them one game under the 500 mark. Villarreal unable to get that one over. We're approaching the 6 o'clock hour. A little under 2 hours away from kickoff. We got to see Premont, like I mentioned last week, as that ball caromed off of the Raptors, 23-11 the score. We're getting set to put a bow on this one. Premont 2 points away from completing the sweep. And again, that ball continuing to carom off the Raptors, and King unable to do anything with it. That's been a problem all afternoon long, back-to-back plays, that ball finding the Raptors and bouncing up there like a pinball, and Premont using it to their advantage. Game point here for the Cowgirls, and that's it. That's the ball game. 25-11, the final score, and that will do it. Social distancing style from afar. Premont gets the win here on their home court. They win in straight sets, 25-10, 25-14, 25-11 here in the final set. Kevin Arrow, Jacob Howell saying so long for now. We'll see you at 7:30 as the Cowboys host the Leathernecks.